What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to share with you my 10 e-commerce predictions for 2026, and stay to the very end because the last one I think is the craziest. And if you're new here, my name's David Paratino. I've been in the e-com game for about 8 years. I bootstrapped a brand to 7 figures, and I've worked with hundreds of different e-com businesses with their meta ads or Google ads or email, their overall marketing and strategy. I've made all the mistakes, and I've also learned a lot, and I want to share all that with you so that you can follow along and hopefully have the best chance of success. So I share all this information for free. So if you like it, feel free to give it a like, comment, and please subscribe so you never miss a video. I try to put these out weekly. So let's dive into it. My first prediction here in 2026 is that social commerce keeps exploding. Now, TikTok Shop has mastered this. It's an amazing experience, going on the app and purchasing from different creators. And TikTok has mastered the creator commission structure. So I believe that this is here to stay. I think people like buying from people, and this type of format is engaging, it's authentic, and it's a fun shopping experience. I believe that TikTok has really mastered the full alignment between brand and creator, and then more platforms will copy it. So that leads me to my second prediction, which is that Meta, and especially Instagram, will copy TikTok Shop's creator commission model. Now, Meta already has partnership product tagging options, but it's missing the full integration that TikTok has. And once the incentives are fully aligned and the integrations are made seamless, I believe firmly that the floodgates will open and a lot more creators will get on that. I think that early in 2026, I'm seeing less and less people post on TikTok. And early in 2026, also the ownership was fully transferred from TikTok as well. And I've heard from different creators that the algorithm is not the same. My bet is that Meta will replicate this, and Meta will be the winner in this space. So that's prediction number 2. And prediction number 3 in e-commerce is that Amazon will take more market share. In 2025, Amazon took up about 40% of e-commerce, and I expect that will continue. Nobody can compete with Amazon's fast, reliable, cheap fulfillment network, and I believe that will only accelerate with AI and the investments that that Amazon continues to make with their automation, their fulfillment centers, their last mile delivery. So if you're a brand, just know that just because your customer doesn't purchase on Shopify does not mean that they're not purchasing on Amazon. And I see it all the time with Meta and Google. There is a halo effect to your Amazon sales. And so just be mindful of that and make sure that Amazon is a part of your strategy. And all the channels, especially Amazon, Meta, and Google, they don't work in isolation. They all work together. So I believe that people like buying things on Amazon. That's not going anywhere. It's a super easy buying experience. It's frictionless. They can return things if they need to with ease. Their address is already in there. Payment information is already in there. And, the reviews are on the site. So I believe that Amazon's here to stay, and it'll only get more and more of a percent of the D2C product market share. My prediction number 4 is that Meta Ray-Ban content will take over Instagram. I'm already seeing it in Reels. Meta has the distribution channel, Instagram, to make their Meta Ray-Ban product cool and fun and engaging. I think that the unique first-person content will get priority in the feed because it feels more authentic, it's more immersive, and this type of content can't be replicated with AI. And if I'm a brand, if I'm a creator in early 2026, I am mastering this format. I am purchasing the Meta Ray-Bans. I want to be the best creator in my niche using this tool that's new in the system, and that Meta has every incentive to push this type of content because they own the physical product and they own the content. So that's my prediction number 4. Prediction number 5 is that lower oil prices will fuel an e-commerce boom here in the US. Now, as energy and shipping costs come down, pressures off the entire supply chain come off. So as of today is January 29th, 2026. Oil is at $64 a barrel. When I wrote this, it was around 55, 58. But, I just believe that where we're at and just the goals of the current administration will lead to lower oil costs, and that will ultimately give brands more margin in the supply chain and shipping, and ultimately this will lead to more disposable income for consumers. So I'm in Tennessee. Gas is around $2.30 a gallon to $2.80 a gallon, depending on where you get it. And I think that there's a trickle down effect to families, and a couple $100 for each family a month can make a big difference and can increase their disposable income, which is what a lot of e-commerce brands, go after, if you will. So that is my prediction number 5, is that lower oil prices will fuel an e-commerce boom here in the US. Will it be right? We'll see. Stay tuned. Prediction number 6 is that AI content gets deprioritized. Now, I'm talking about like ridiculously fake AI content. I think people are starting to get sick of it. If anybody can do it and it's everywhere, it just becomes less valuable. And it's a simple supply and demand equation. Basic economics, basic supply and demand, like I said. So I think that platforms will start rewarding human signal, like real faces, real environments, real reactions, real accounts that are at events that are being tagged by real, other real accounts, etc. And this just can't be replicated with AI. You might be able to make a fake AI account and, get some followers and maybe even make some money in the short term. But I think long term, this type of content will get deprioritized. And again, this kind of goes with my Meta Ray-Ban content prediction. You can't replicate that with AI because there's the there's the Meta Ray-Ban sticker when you post it. And Meta knows what type of content comes from its hardware, the Meta Ray-Bans. So prediction number 7 kind of goes along with prediction number 5. That is that interest rates fall and cash floods the market. So as of right now, you can get around 3.5% risk-free on your cash. And, a year ago, that was 4.5%. A couple years ago, it was 5%. So as rates come down, people are less incentivized to keep their cash on the sidelines and either invest it in the market or spend that money in the market. So it's widely known that Trump wants to lower interest rates, and he's been pushing to remove the Fed chair. As rates continue to fall, that capital should flow into the market, and this will provide a spark for consumer spending, business spending, overall, stimulation of the economy, and ultimately, for the purposes of this video, e-commerce. Now, will this be true? Who knows? As of this time, interest rates are around 3.5% risk-free. So it's getting close, but there's still a lot of cash on the sidelines. Prediction number 8 is that domestic supply chains become a competitive advantage. Uncertainty geopolitically, tariffs, shipping instability made last year really hard for e-commerce brands, especially with the tariff talk with China. It made overseas sourcing a lot riskier for brands. So you see some of the biggest companies in the world, especially when it comes to chip making, moving their factories to the US. We're seeing a lot of incentives for them to do that. And I think the same should apply to e-commerce brands. Any brand that can produce or assemble their inventory faster here in the US can have more predictable costs, and they can even leverage the Made in USA messaging in their marketing, which I think could go a long way. So that is prediction number 8. And my prediction number 9 is that people are going to value real world experiences, whether it's gyms, whether it's community events, whether it's run clubs, whether it's, anything that you can tell a story around or get your brand involved with. People are going to value that. So as digital gets more and more saturated, I believe that people really value in-person, real moments, physical connection, and the brands that use pop-ups, community events, in-person experiences will stand out and ultimately build brand loyalty. And the offline efforts that e-commerce brands can put in ultimately will become a content engine for their online growth, and you can use that content in your ads, in your social media organically, in your emails, etc., etc. So it's really an amplifier of what you're already doing, and already have done. A lot of e-com brands have, historically or in the last 5 or 6 years at least, been primarily online, and I think now in 2026 is the time to really focus on getting your brand out there in the real world, to separate yourself from another brand, another competitor who's just another click away on a screen. Show up in your community, show up where your target audience is, and then watch your ads perform better, watch your organic social perform better, watch your emails perform better, watch your brand make more money in 2026. My last prediction is that meta ads stay king, but brands begin to diversify. Meta, I believe, will be the primary revenue driver for most brands. Meta's invested hundreds of billions of dollars into its capital expenditures to make its AI content recommendations and ad platform much better and more efficient. And, I'm somebody who listens to all the quarterly meetings that Meta has and all the earnings calls that they have. And I can tell you firsthand that the team that Meta has are absolute killers, and they're investing hundreds of billions of dollars in talent and in capital expenditures to make sure that the platform is the best that it can be for its users and for its advertisers. But with that being said, I believe that budgets will increasingly flow to other channels to test incrementality of each channel. Think TikTok, Snap, Pinterest, AppLove, and X. I believe all these will get tested in 2026. So there you have it, guys. There are my 10 e-commerce predictions for 2026. We'll see how these pan out. I'll make a video going over these in 2027 and see where I was right, where I was wrong, and I'll make another video for the following year. If you guys have any comments or if you have any predictions for 2026, leave them in the comments below. And if you guys have any questions or want to reach out, feel free to connect with me on X or on LinkedIn. And do not forget to subscribe if you want to continue seeing videos like these. Hopefully this was valuable, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks.